Speaking to all of you this evening, faculty and staff, parents, friends, loved ones, and especially my fellow Black Flies. I transferred to COA in the fall of 2016 during the peak of the presidential election. And yes, I'm going to talk about it, because even though I'm as exhausted as you are talking about it, we probably should. I remember election night. I was here, as many of us were in this very room, watching the results come in on projector screens. It's been almost 2 years since that night, and I think all of us, regardless of our politics, are exhausted. If you're like me, you've ignored a headline or two because you've had a long day, and you just don't want to deal with it. But at COA, we have a commitment to dealing with it anyway. Annoying and exhausting as it may be, the greatest strength of this community is that we never shut up about the things that matter to us. No matter what, we believe that we have a responsibility to work actively in our communities to make them safer, happier, more productive places for ourselves and for each other. We believe in that. We may even believe we're good at it. On this campus, we've dedicated a community discussion, or a forum, or a prayer circle for nearly every social issue there is. Over email, we've debated the finer points of avocado sustainability, analyzed sexism in the depiction of women in anime, and considered under what circumstances it's permissible to bitch about boys. No, we never, ever shut up about the things that matter to us. But tomorrow is our last day at COA, and soon things are going to be very different. It's one thing to debate policy points with people who largely agree with you. People like you and I, who, because we're here, share many of the same values and fundamental beliefs. That's easy. But what about your neighbor, who believes the Earth is 6,000 years old? How will you talk to them about climate issues? Or a relative who insists that the Civil War had nothing to do with slavery? Where will you find common ground with them? How will you practice empathy toward a racist coworker? How will you reach a compromise with somebody who believes that marriage should only be for straight couples? What will you do when you are wrong? When it's your hero who gets caught in the scandal? When your beliefs aren't the ones in fashion at the time? And more fundamentally, how can we even find a shared set of facts from which to debate these important issues? I could never have imagined we would be facing these questions in 2018. But at COA, we have practiced facing difficult questions that leave us feeling uncertain about our futures. We have practiced being open to the possibility of being wrong, of making mistakes. We have challenged our assumptions and allowed ourselves to be surprised by what we encounter. We have changed our minds and our behavior. We have learned, reached new understanding, and found new flaws in our own thinking. We have done this all on a small scale, here on this relatively safe campus, but that's why it's called practice. Tomorrow afternoon, practice will end, and we will move on to more serious, more difficult problems. We will ask ourselves tougher questions and be faced with greater challenges. The risks we take by being wrong will be much more dangerous, and we will be responsible not just for our own well-being, but for the well-being of others too. If you think you can make a difference in your community, that you have the patience and empathy and graciousness to reach across the aisle, to find compromise with people you don't fully understand, remember what you learned here. Here, as a community, we have learned to cultivate our curiosity, to value diverse perspectives, and to believe that our voices have power. But perhaps most of all, we have learned that we have so much more to learn, that we must habitually convert our certainty into doubt, question our judgments, entertain new possibilities, and know that we are fallible. What is your plan for 2020 when it's election time all over again? What have you learned? At COA, I learned that we will get through by getting through together, by doubting ourselves, and by having faith in one another. Class of 2018, I have faith in us. Thank you. Go Black.
Ryan, Keaton, Daniel.
Rose Demers.
Isaac Roger Gary.
Gerardo Garcia Freire.
Atlantic. It is my pleasure to confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Human Ecology on all seniors graduating today and welcome them to the ranks of the college's alumni with the attendant rights, privileges, and responsibilities.
How's it feel to be graduated, Ryan?
Good.
Glad to be done.
I feel to have matriculated through the fourth season. Fourth season.
I wish I went to the fourth season.
Or something.
It feels great to have a son. I have to tilt it like this. It feels great to have a son that's a college graduate.
That's me.
You earned it. You did good.
I guess I'm going home.
Everything.
Okay.
For making Ryan. Yes. He's a good boy.
You did a good job.
So we were back at College of the Atlantic again
Oh.
for Ryan's graduation this time. It was a great weekend.
Alright. There, I guess.
Something really exciting just happened at Ryan's graduation. I met 2 of my subscribers. Last night I met 1. I met Holly from Atlanta and I met Lee from Maryland, and then last time I met Stephanie. That was awesome. So shout out to you girls for watching Rae Antics. I really appreciate it.